Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about some of Lewis Hamilton's comments after qualifying, as well as some new claims that have been made about Ferrari's car. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane, I'll leave a link in the description. But let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with Hamilton, who's admitted his surprise at his struggles during qualifying in Melbourne. Now, as we know, Hamilton hasn't driven a Ferrari before 2025. So, going to Melbourne, this was the first time he's driven a Ferrari competitively. And it's fair to say that teammate Charles Leclerc had the upper hand on him throughout the weekend. In practice, he was faster. Then you go to qualifying and it looked like Leclerc had the edge, had more confidence in some of the corners. But at the same time, you've got to remember that Hamilton is still learning about the Ferrari. As I said, he's not driven a Ferrari before 2025, while Charles Leclerc has been with the team since 2019. So yeah, still a learning process for Hamilton. But he did do a lot of preparation. He did so many laps in the 2023 and 2024 car, for example, in testing of previous cars and a Pirelli tyre test. And Hamilton has admitted he thought he was further along than he was in his adjustment to driving for Ferrari after qualifying in Melbourne. Hamilton was quoted by Sky F1 as saying, "I honestly thought I was further along than I was, and then I got here for P1 and I was like, I still got a long way to go. There's still a ton of tools that I'm still not there on." When you have a problem in the car and you come in, normally when you've got the experience, you can say, hey, this is where I want to go with it, but I don't know which tools to use at the moment. I'm heavily reliant, for the first time, on my engineers. Now, it's fair to say that Ferrari did not look good in qualifying for the Melbourne Grand Prix. I mean, in practice, they were flying along. Charles Leclerc in particular, he topped free practice 2, and the race runs, the qualifying runs from both drivers, they looked pretty good. But yeah, you get to the main event, qualifying, and they're very far behind. They were around 7/10 off McLaren's pole time, Charles Leclerc 7th, Hamilton's 8th, and they were even beaten by the Red Bull Junior team Racing Bulls and Williams. And it was quite a shock to see Ferrari do decent in practice, and then you get to qualifying, and they just were nowhere near how good they were in practice. So yeah, there's a lot of work to do for Ferrari, no doubt about it. But rivals have questioned Ferrari's pace, and while McLaren team principal Andrea Stella has accepted that qualifying is the best representation of the pecking order for 2025, at the same time, he feels that Ferrari did not show their true pace on Saturday. He told Sky F1, "I think this is the most factual assessment so far in terms of pecking order. I don't really take Ferrari's performance today at face value. I think they are much closer than the gaps in Q3 would tell." And Stella wasn't the only one to question Ferrari's pace or lack of it, with Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff also saying that he expected better. And when he was quizzed on Ferrari in terms of race pace, Wolff said, "I think race pace were all the same, apart maybe from the McLaren that were a tiny bit further up. But yeah, I don't think that this result is where they really are." Now, as we know, it is expected that it will rain on Sunday, and if you go for a more wet setup in qualifying, that's going to really hamper you on the straights. And there are so many double DRS zones in Australia, so many straights that you're basically a sitting duck if you've got a wet setup, because you're going to be fast in the corners but slower on the straights. But if it rains, having a wet setup, you have more downforce in the corners and it could be really beneficial. So could Ferrari have potentially prepared more than others for a wet race? Who knows? We'll find out tomorrow. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.